because the decisions that you make today is going to set you up for the future. And girl, I'm telling you right now that these lashes is hitting the rim of my eyeglasses. It may not look like it, but it is, okay? So hey beauty loves, I'm just sitting here getting ready to record for my Confidence on Stilettos channel today, and it's such a gloomy day here in Florida, specifically where I'm at in Tampa, Florida. It's such a gloomy day, so I'm just gonna sit here and try and get some batch recording done. But yeah, so I'm getting set up for my makeup, to do my makeup for the Confidence on Stilettos batch recording session that I'm going to have here shortly. So if you're interested or you're into conversations about healing, confidence, and becoming the woman that you know that you're capable of being, then yes, come hang out with me on the Confidence on Stilettos channel, where I do a lot of those type of discussions about habits and just being the better version of yourself. But that just also led me to sit here and just really ponder and think about some of the things that really comes up for me, some of the questions that I really be asking myself. And one of the questions that came to mind today is, what if the person that you've been waiting on is you? How many times have we been waiting on the right opportunity, the right season, the right paycheck, the right person to notice us, just for somebody to rescue us? How many years have we really waited on somebody to do that for us? Baby, nobody is coming to rescue you, okay? And I don't mean that in a harsh way. I'm just being 100 with you. Nobody's coming to rescue you. And you want to know why? Because you are the person that will save you. I mean that in the most freeing way that I could possibly articulate it to you. The moment that you stop waiting on someone to rescue you or to show up for you is going to be the moment that your life changes forever. Like a lot of us, we do a lot of saying that, you know, we gonna pray about it, you know, without ceasing and things like that. And that is amazing, because I too, I pray multiple times a day, you know. But one thing that I can tell you, and I can't say this for everyone, but I do notice it a lot, is that a lot of times we be praying and praying and praying and praying, right? But that's all we doing. We just praying. We're not really putting any actions towards any of our goals. And if I hit my mic while I'm talking, please forgive me. But yeah, a lot of times we don't put a lot of the actions behind our prayers. And so we be feeling like we're stagnant or nothing's happening for us, because again, we're waiting on God to rescue us. And God, the way that I look at how God has moved in my life is that we work as a collaboration. A lot of times God is waiting on you to actually move, so that way He can direct you on, you know, if the path you're going down is the right path, or redirect you to where He would like, the path that He would like you to go down. But yes, a lot of times that's essentially what's really happening, is that we're sitting here and we're praying and we're not really doing the work. So we think that nothing's happening, but guess what? It's just that you're not really putting everything to your full potential. You're not doing anything to help your situation. Yes, you're praying about it, and that is the most effective way to start moving on your goals, is to pray about it. I recommend it. I'm here for it. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that's not all you should be doing. You need to put in. You need to put in that sweat equity. And girl, hold up. I gotta set this base real quick. But you gotta put in that sweat equity and get to work. You gotta help God a little bit, you know? We be praying for healthy skin. We be trying to pray our acne away. But at the same time, we still sleeping in makeup. And we're trying to figure out where this acne is coming from. And we praying about it, we praying about it, we're praying about it. But we're not taking the necessary steps for healthy skin. Same thing with a healthier lifestyle. You know, you go to the doctor, you get your diagnosis that, hey, you might be pre-diabetic if you keep down the same path. And you go home and you pray about it, right? And then when the next time you go back to the doctor, now you are pre-diabetic, or you might even be diabetic. But guess what? When you got the warning from the doctor that, hey, if you continue down this path, this is what might happen. You went home and you prayed about it, but you didn't change anything. You didn't put the work in. You might have heard my cat meowing. You know, he be trying to disrupt and be on the mic too. But yeah, we be wanting a certain outcome, but we just have to be mindful, and we have to put in the necessary work for that outcome. And another thing that I want to also address while we're on this topic of nobody's coming to save you is stop asking for permission to be the amazing person that you are. Okay? Stop asking for permission. And when I say this, I too have been guilty of this in some way or another. And a lot of times we be just lying to ourselves like, no, I don't ask for permission from nobody. Da 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 da. Every time that you even ask a family member, what do you think I should do? You're asking for permission. I have been guilty of that. And one thing that I am starting to understand is that nobody who haven't already achieved what I'm trying to achieve will be able to give me valid advice on it, because you haven't walked this path. So yes, we all want our family members to support us and things like that, and that's all fine and dandy. But if they don't, that's fine. But stop taking advice from people who just have not walked this walk yet. You know, and they're not even attempting to walk the walk. But they love, those are, mind you, girl, those are the people that love to give some advice though. Trust me, I know. But yeah, I'm just simply saying, yeah, stop asking for permission to be this amazing version of yourself. And because you really don't you don't need nobody to tell you, yes, start the YouTube channel, yes, start the business, yeah, you know, Go for that promotion. You know what you want, right? Do you really? I mean, come on. Do you really need somebody to tell you? Do you really need the permission to do that? No. Just do it. What I do, and I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. I pray about it. Like whatever I decide. Like if I say, okay, I want to start a business, or in my situation, I'm not starting any other businesses because I already have two. But like with Makei Beauty, if I want to create a certain type of product for a certain skin type or a certain skin concern, you know, I don't ever go like, you know, let me call my sisters or let me call my mom or let me, you know, run it by my boyfriend. Hey, should I do this? Should I do that? No. I have a conversation with myself and say, hey, Kita, this is what we want to do. It's a need for it. I want to help as many people globally that I could possibly help through the vehicle of skin, but so people can feel better about themselves. And then also what's really important to me is that your mental health is up to par, okay? So a lot of times we think just beauty. I have always used beauty for myself as a mechanism of therapy. Beauty, we don't need nobody to tell us we're pretty, or we don't need makeup, or we don't need this, or we don't need that. That's not what we need. Okay, so if you're that person that always tell people, someone that you see that's wearing makeup, you really don't need makeup, you know, you're pretty enough. That person knows that. That person knows that. You don't know why that person is putting on makeup today. That person may be putting on makeup because they have been going through a form of depression, and that is a way for them to pull themselves up out of it. So I always say, just with me in the business, in my business, that's why I created the Makei Beauty brand. So now with that all being said, is you have to be very cognizant about the information that you're receiving, the information that you yourself is putting out here. Because one thing about me, again, I just don't ask for permission. I'm gonna put it out here. I'm gonna say, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna journal about it. I'm gonna pray about it, and then I'm gonna move on it. And that's just how I roll. I mean, I don't see no other option for me. So that's what I gotta say about that topic. So just stop asking for permission, and you don't need permission to be great, because you're already great. You just need to take action. That's what I got. And also, girl, I'm just talking, okay? I'm just talking about doing my makeup. I mean, who else I'm gonna talk to? Okay? My son in the back playing his game because they're on summer break from school. So child, I'm talking to you, okay? And what we gotta stop doing is and another thing, don't build your life around the opinion of strangers. Build your life around your family's future. I'd rather disappoint strangers than to disappoint my future self. When I'm tired and I know like my recording schedule that I have for the day or the week is gonna be tiring, because when I record, I'm mostly batch recording for the most part on most days. Well, there's a specific day of the week, of course, that I'm recording content, because again, I'm recording for 2 channels, and not just 2 channels. I told y'all I run 2 separate businesses, so there's more to just recording. I have a lot to do in my businesses, so sometimes that's why I'm just not on here and releasing content consistently, and which I'm trying to get, y'all. I'm trying to get better with it. But yeah, I'd rather disappoint strangers than my future self, and for sure my family, you know, my immediate family, meaning like my kids, you know, things like that, because those are the things that I think about. So when I'm tired and I feel like, dang, I really don't feel like recording, then I get my motivation from what I want to see in my future. I think about vacationing. I think about not having to ask for PTO. I think about freedom of time. I think about things like that, and that gets me up and that gets me moving. No matter how tired I am, like, I'm just like, listen, now I say all of that to say this too: you got to listen to your body. Sometimes we be really exhausted and we be pushing ourselves over the limit. I know how much I can take, my body can take, and I listen to my body. If for any reason I'm just really exhausted, I'm going to chill out. I'm going to chill out, and then I'll just rework my schedule to get caught up with whatever I need to get caught up with. So I'm not saying to do something that's not healthy for you, but I am saying there are times where we're tired, and we could do more, but we don't do more. We just cave, and we just go and we just sit there and we scroll through Instagram, or we do whatever we do, watch Netflix, watch your shows, and then you look up and you're upset because, you know, you're still where you started a year ago. And really you have nobody to blame but yourself, because you had the time. So yeah, that's what that's what I really think about. I think about, ain't nobody out here checking for, at least for me, it's nobody. I'm not out here checking for nobody but my family. Okay, I'm gonna do what I need to do in this world, in this lifetime, to impact others in a positive way. But when it comes down to me making decisions for myself and showing up for myself, and nobody coming to save me, nobody's opinion is going to move me or sway me from whatever it is that I need to do. Okay, sometimes we just hand a microphone to people who has never been where we're trying to go. Sometimes it's like we prep our skin, honestly. Sometimes we prep our skin more than we prep our mindset, and that's gotta stop. That's gotta stop. And I want y'all to understand that when I'm saying this stuff, it ain't just I'm talking to myself too. I mean, I have my days, I have my moments. We all do. Regardless of if we want to admit it or not, we all do. But I'm the type of person, I'm an everyday woman, and I'm not perfect. I'm always working on myself. I'm always trying to become the better version of Lakita that I could possibly become. And so some days I fall short, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Your habits are voting for your future. Child, I'm trying to cover these bags, baby. Okay, hello. So do me, don't do me. Let me do me, okay? You worry about you. I'm trying to cover these bags. Cause sometimes they be out of pocket. And that's for sure, for sure. You know? Blend that out a little bit. I read something that was completely powerful for me, and I think about this every time I make a decision to do something or not do something, and that's every habit is casting a vote for the future you that you're becoming. Yeah. That right there, I think about it every single time that I'm making a decision to do something or not do something. Some habits we have to let go, because some habits, they were just forced upon us. Like, we had no control over it. It's just what was instilled in us by, you know, our family. And I know, as far as me, I come from a teen mom. My mom had me when she was 16 years old. Every workout, every chapter you read on the books that you're reading to help you elevate in your life. Child, hold up. I gotta kind of push this back, child, because a lot of times I be having my wig on, so it'll be covered like right here. So that part of my hairline is not tan like the rest of me. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you're winning, you know? And that's something that you need to be proud of yourself. Because, baby, let me tell you something about me. Let me tell you what I love. I absolutely love, but baby, I had to get some discipline. I love a cinnamon sugar mini donuts. And I normally will only get them whenever the fair was here, right? But there's a place here called Dapper Donuts. And I don't even know why Dapper Donuts even came onto the scene, okay? Ain't nobody even asked for you to come onto the scene, Dapper Donuts. But Dapper Donuts, baby. Hold on, let me get my chin. That Dapper Donuts, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for calling my name the way you call my name. Cause baby, Dapper, I'll be right on over there. I'll be like, huh? You called me? Did you call me? Because I heard you call me. So what is it that you need, Dapper? What you need? I'll be right over there. But lately I've been very proud of myself. Lately, Dapper ain't been able to get me lately. I said, I need to make a change, okay? And I can't let something like Dapper freaking Donuts take me down. No ma'am, spice ham. I can't do it. So I want you to keep that in mind. Every time that you choose discipline over excuses, baby, you winning. Blending out your foundation is a lot like growth and the different things that you go through in life. At first, it does. It looks messy. It looks messy, 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 messy. But eventually, it started coming together. It just simply starts coming together. So, if your life right now to you looks messy, keep at it. Keep blending. Keep showing up. Keep trying different strategies to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. It's all going to come together. It really is. It's something, you know, that I used to have to tell myself, like, when things wasn't going the way that I thought it should be going. I'm just like, man, when is this crap gonna come? When is it gonna work? And eventually, I just kept plugging away and plugging away and plugging away. And things started shaking and moving and jiving, baby. We don't talk about this enough, but you gotta get healthy. You gotta get healthy. You have all of these goals that you want and all of these dreams that you have that you want to achieve, and you will achieve them. But how about you achieve all these goals and then you're not even healthy enough to really enjoy the fruits of your labor? That would suck, right? So like every day I work out at least, I'm gonna say 6 times in the week. I work out 6 times in the week. And a lot, you know what? A lot of times y'all be like, well, I don't have a whole hour. I don't have 2 hours to dedicate to the gym. Baby, if you, listen, there are a lot of people that cannot make it to the gym because really their time schedules don't allow it. Or they stay so far from the gym that they, you know, it just wouldn't be beneficial for them with the whole travel time. There are things you can do at home. You can do, if you're, you know, a busy mom, a busy person, there are micro things that you can do that you can still get you a little workout in, right? So I don't want to hear no excuses. So when I'm thinking about me and working out, I do it because I want to be here for a long time, okay? When I say here, I mean alive, above 6 feet, okay? I want to be here bothering people a long time. I want to see my grandkids. I want to see my great-grandkids. I want to be able to enjoy everything that I've worked hard for. I want to be able to just experience life. I want to be able to travel. I want more energy. I just want to be healthy for me. And the byproduct of me being healthy for me, you know, I'm healthy for my kids. I'm healthy for the life that I'm creating. It's just everybody wins, including you. So, you know, whatever that may look like for you, just make it happen, baby. I'm setting my makeup, y'all. I'm almost done talking, girl. I just been running my mouth. So, child, you might have to watch this in different phases and sections. Girl, I don't even know what I did with my makeup. Okay, I was looking for my fluffy brush. The truth of the matter is, the new you have different habits than the current you. And this is probably why if you're the person that's feeling uncomfortable and some kind of discomfort and you feel like there's an internal tug of war, because girl, I am there every single freaking day, okay? Because we are all becoming a different version of ourselves, whether that's for the better or for the worse, right? But you know, that new version of you has different habits than the current version of you. So you're always going to be feeling that discomfort, especially when you're about to elevate to a new season of your life, and you're changing. You're going to see your friend group changing. Certain things, you're like, there might be a season where you wanted to be in, you know, connected to your more connected to your friends, maybe, that always wanted to cackle and play and tell jokes, and then you might start feeling like whoever you're becoming, certain jokes ain't even funny to you no more. Certain things you just don't jive with anymore, and that's because you're becoming somebody new. Like me, I like to be in circles where conversations are different. Like, I like to be amongst people that's doing more than I'm doing, so that way I can feel I can continue to grow, to, you know, aspire to become more of the current version of myself. And so a lot of conversations that I used to just be like on the floor laughing about, baby, it just does not appeal to me anymore. And that's just the truth of the matter. And you might be going through something like that too. Like, let's be honest. You don't need permission. You don't need another sign. You don't need to wait till Monday. You don't need confidence first. You don't need anyone to understand your dream or your goals or whatever. All you need to do is move. Because nobody's coming to save you. You are everything that you need. Yeah. I'm almost ready for confidence on stilettos. Girl, I'm almost ready for her. Now I just gotta do my hair, okay? Now, just know that one small decision made today can completely change where you are a year from now. Again, nobody's coming to save you, but the beautiful part about that is you are more than capable of saving the version of yourself that you've been waiting on somebody else to come and save. Look at that. Look what they say, look at God. So go make that version of yourself proud. And while you're at it, make sure you're taking care of your skin, that you're taking care of your mind, because the decisions that you make today is going to set you up for the future. And girl, I'm telling you right now that these lashes is hitting the rim of my eyeglasses. It may not look like it, but it is, okay? So with that being said and done, like I said, hey, I hate to rush off here, but I gotta go, honey, because I have some recording to do for Confidence on Stilettos. So again, for those of you who are interested in conversations around healing, around motivation, around changing your habits to become the better version of yourself, head on over to Confidence on Stilettos and subscribe and meet me over there, so we can have a discussion. So yeah, babes, I got to go. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay.